A very good morning to you all and welcome to the 11th Annual Project Management Congress Week organized by Aleem Business Congress. My name is Dr. Talib Bilal Ali, a lecturer and the chairman of the Services Committee at Skyline University College based in Sharjah. As a moderator of this first session, I would like to thank very profoundly Aleem Business Congress for these great initiatives, and particularly His Excellency Dr. Rashid Aleem, the founder and executive chairman of the Aleem Knowledge Center and the chairman of Sharjah Electricity and Water Authority, known as SIWA. Thank you, Your Excellency, for keeping the tradition of Project Management Congress Week going on for the 11th year. Without any further ado, I would like to welcome my distinguished panelist, Dr. Pandey, who is a professor and chairperson of School of Engineering and Information Technology at Municipal Academy of Higher Education, Dubai, United Arab Emirates. I would like also to welcome our panelist, Mr. Arun Prasad, who is a senior consultant and business manager at Environmental Solutions and Consultancy, ESC. With us, Dr. Muhammad Ali. We are very happy to have you with us. I'm very sorry that your name is not mentioned in my list. As you know, in today's business, project management has become very essential and significant for any modern organization. Before 21st century, of course, people used to work on various projects, and some of these projects, of course, were successful, but the rate was very low. Nowadays, however, project management is gaining a momentum in business sector, and most of the organizations have realized the fact that the professional management of any project requires a deep level of understanding of the project, planning, scheduling, reporting, tracking, communicating, etc., etc. In this panel discussion, an attempt will be made to investigate and inspect and look at the major challenges and opportunities as well in project management in 21st century from the viewpoints of our distinguished panelists who will embark on this topic from different angles and different perspectives. Now I will move to my panelists. Of course, the first question of this panel discussion is about challenges in project management, and then I will start with Dr. Pandey. Dr. Pandey, as you know, the main task, the main role of any project manager is to ensure that projects are handled and positive results are obtained. However, there are many challenges that may face any project management in the way he is or she is going to go about the project itself. Could you please tell us in a very precise and concise the major challenges that may face any person who's going about a project management? Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Talib, and good morning, everyone. First of all, really very inspiring opening remark by Dr. Rashid. I think he make very simple the thing that project is not only the data, it's people at the end. So I will start this question from there. Little bit philosophically, if you say project management is the only skill, if you ask me, I think everybody needs. Whether it's a CEO, whether it's a simple one project manager, or maybe a manager, or anybody. Why? Because if you go by the definition of the project, you will see that life itself is a project. A very simple definition of the project: life is project is a temporary endeavor, have a start and end. So life itself is a project. We have a starting, we have end, we have a like a project, we have a life cycle. So I think everybody needs project management skills. Then your life will be very easy. So with this, I'll just try to put the importance of the project management in a life. If I'll go and say what are the challenges we are going to face or we are facing, so I'll say first, for any business, if you see, the importance is the growth. And how you bring the growth through the strategies. And how you implement the strategy? You implement the strategy through projects. So that's why if you are not good in the projects management, actually you are going to take a big risk on the implementation of the strategy. So there are various factors, or you can say various challenges I have seen personally, if you see. But I will put in a 3 broader area. I'll classify into 3 broader area and call it PPT. Not this the PPT presentation that we use. It's a people, it's a process, and technology. So I'll briefly come one by one. The people. If anybody feel that, or any project manager feel that, organization feel that, we have a rule book, we will follow that, or we have a state-of-art tools and techniques, or the software, and we will implement the project successfully, I think they are absolutely wrong. You cannot deliver a project through these things. The reason is very simple. If you see in any projects, hardly 40% things are related with the process and tools, technology, etc. Remaining 50 to 60% things are basically the human interaction, people interactions. In a very technical terms, in a business terms, you can say stakeholders, engagement, interactions, or management. So the people is the key. That's why I think it's a good thing that organizations are also moving, and they have to move. People-centric project management. You have to design everything in and around of the people. So the main challenge as a project management, as a project manager, is that how to manage the people, the skills that you require to manage the people's leadership skills, leadership qualities to manage the people, how you manage the conflicts, etc. The second part, if we'll come, that's the process, as I mentioned. Definitely process. In the starting, I told you 30-40%, 40% things are related with the process and technical thing. It doesn't mean it's not important. Always there is a debate between people versus process. I think every organization wants, and it is true that, my manager, project manager, or people should know the principle of the process, underlying concept behind the process, but do not follow blindly. That is the most important things. So processes are important, but to understand the basic phenomena behind that and take a call when you implement the process, then balance between people and process. And process become important. Why? Because another terms comes in when you talk about the process, because projects are different projects have different objectives. So accordingly your methodology, accordingly your framework also change. Sometimes you use the predictive, sometimes you use the agile, depends on the objective of your projects. So it's not only agile, waterfall, predictive. Accordingly you have to change the process, and it's not so easy for the organization. That's why we have to standardize the process as much as possible. And more than standardization, I think process maturity is also equally important. Organizations have to work on the process maturity side. When we say process maturity means it should be an integration of the technical side, it should be the integration of the human aspects, and should be the integration of the strategic side. As I mentioned, at the end, projects you are implementing to execute your strategy. The third challenge is that I'll say that is the technology. And this is going to be one of the biggest challenge maybe, because last 10-15 years, if you ask me, the changes we have seen, technically it's slow and incremental. But current situation and the next 10-15 years, the changes we are going to see, it's dramatically. This AI, artificial intelligence, even I am a technology person, I don't like technology too much, but I have no other options. It's not a question of whether I like it or not. Technology will come. I cannot stop. AI, artificial, machine learning, cloud, robotics, 3D printing, they are going to change the whole ball game of the project management. They are going to throw a challenge how to learn, because stakeholder expectations are increasing. Okay, they want more accurate estimate. They want more frequent communications. Okay, they want regular updates. in which directions projects are going on with the top level management, whether my other stakeholders. So the challenge is how to develop a workforce who can easily cope up the changes. And again, technology should not dominate the people aspects. This technology is going to bring economies changing. We all are witness of the gig economy. Okay, where gig economy is going to change the whole, team structures, the way we hire the people, the way we work, less core people and more, the people on the contract and ad hoc. So these are the challenges that I am looking in the next few years.
Thank you very much, Dr. Pandey. Now I will move to Professor Muhammad Arif. Professor Muhammad, could you please tell us in a very precise and concise manner about the challenge that we may face, as project managers?
Well, I think Dr. Pandey gave a very extensive description of the challenges. But if you think about it simply, project management is about managing the expected and dealing with the unexpected. Now, managing expected is easy. You expect it. You have systems in place to monitor it, to react to it. But dealing with unexpected is what differentiates between a good project manager and a bad project manager. Okay. If you assume that everything will go according to plan, then of course you will never succeed in project management, because nothing ever goes to plan. And you are always relying on contingencies. However, having those contingencies in place to begin with is what a good project manager does, is to make sure that those contingencies are there in the system and that slack is there in the system to deal with it. So the challenges are to deal with those issues. Now, the next big challenge for project managers these days is sustainability. When we talk about sustainability, because project management by its very definition, and if you look at definition given by any successful project manager, it's an endeavor with a beginning and an end. But when you talk about sustainability, you are thinking about beyond the end. So a project ends, but the impact on sustainability does not, till the life of that artifact or a building or the system that you established using project management. So on one hand, we are living in a very confusing time where we teach project managers that, a project starts and it ends. And then we tell project manager, but you need to think about beyond the end. Okay. And I think that is what most of the project managers are not prepared for, is beyond the end. So the challenge is that. Now, as far as future is concerned, we have artificial intelligence coming, but as Rashid Saab said, it is artificial intelligence, but it's not human heart. Okay, which basically means that you might be doing the right things, but you might not be doing things right, and that's quite important. Is you need to make sure that you do right things and you do things right, and both of them need to happen together, so that human heart is there to help you with right things and things right. The artificial intelligence will talk about doing things right, but not right things.
Exactly.
So there are a lot of we can play around with words, but the eventual problem is that how do you plan emotions into a machine? I'll be presenting tomorrow about 5G. 5G is coming. We are all excited. your phones would be obsolete, so don't buy the latest iPhone model. In 2 years it's obsolete, so and 5G won't work on it. Okay, but again, so there is 5G coming, there is probably 6G somewhere in the horizon, and all of that is going to change project management. What it's not going to change is human beings. But and that is where I think what we the crux of what Rasheed Saab said was, don't rely on technology, rely on people. You can talk about smart cities, but you need to make inhabitants smart as well. Otherwise, a smart city is not going to be smart. And I can give you several examples of that. Okay, so smart city needs to have smarter people. Okay, and if you have smarter people, probably you don't need as much technology. If you look at cities 1,000 years ago, they were quite sustainable. They were doing things right, and they were quite smart. And they had no technology. They had no electricity, not that we know of. So I think doing things right and doing the right things are the crux of what we should be thinking about. And artificial intelligence should be combined with natural emotions for it to succeed.
Thank you very much, Professor Muhammad Arif. Mr. Aaron, Professor Pandey, as well as Professor Muhammad have spoken very extensively on this issue of challenge that may face project management. But I'm quite sure as a senior consultant and business manager, I'm quite sure that you have what to say as far as the challenges are concerned in project management. Could you please embark on that?
I'll talk from our own experience. What happened nowadays? The expectation from the client increase. Even in any queries or any replies, by the client, they need very immediately, then and there on the table. Okay, and even I can say now the expectations also increase more in terms of deadlines as well. Okay, when we normally what happen during the end stage of the projects, okay, the quality of the projects also may be reduced because of the short deadlines which we face recent times.
Thank you very much, Mr. Aaron. I will come back to Professor Muhammad Arif. And Professor Muhammad, at Skyline now we have one program called, it's MBA actually in project management, right? And the questions that students always ask, what are the opportunities that these master program may generate for me? So I will take this question back to you. What are the major, or what are the opportunities, okay, when it comes to project management? Do you think that there are some opportunities, or we're just probably doing something that may not lead to a desirable result?
Well, I think those who ask you what the opportunities are don't deserve to be in the program, because opportunities are to be created by the people who are in the program themselves. A project manager, if you think about who should become a project manager, okay, and we look at the fundamental characteristic of a project manager should be self-motivated, self-driven. Okay. So if they are asking you that you should create that opportunity for them, then maybe they are not the right people for the program. So a project manager is not just to plan and execute, but also to conceive opportunities. Because before the project is initiated, you have to sell the idea that this project is really needed. And that's where the entrepreneurship of a project manager and that characteristic comes in. So I think when people ask you what is it going to do for you, I think it might not do anything for them, but to structure their thought process, but they need to have the aptitude to be project managers themselves. They need to have a very stable mindset. They need to have ability to deal with unexpected. They need to be quite stable. They need to plan for the future and adapt when things don't go according to plans. So a project management degree is just going to give them a structure, but those aptitudes come quite naturally to people or not. Okay, and that is why I think is project management for everyone? Project management is not about sitting at a desk and crunching numbers and saying, okay, are you on time, on schedule? You know, it has a lot more to do with dealing with unexpected.
Thank you very much, Professor. Now I will move to Dr. Pandey. Dr. Pandey, as an IT expert, do we have real opportunities in project management? Could you please relate that to the idea of global era, information technology, Internet of Things, etc., etc.?
Definitely, as I mentioned, here I would prefer to start with the statistics. No doubt about it, as we mentioned, statistics most of the time misleading, but there are statistics, those statistics are reliable. And maybe sometimes statistics motivates also, as you mentioned the previous question, that people ask this question, what opportunities have, and really there is any real opportunities or not. So theoretically, yes, new technology, new economy is creating possibility. But let's start with the statistics, and these are quite reliable statistics by PMI and all these statistics. See, around next 10 years, if you see, we are talking about around 88 million people will be required for the project management related jobs, not actually project managers related jobs. And around today workforce is estimated around, I don't have exact data, but around 60 plus million. And the expectation is that every year 2.3 million people are required for this profession. And there is a talent gap. There is a talent gap, no doubt about it. And that talent gap is also going to cost in a big way. As per the expectation, it will be not less than $200 billion because of the talent gap. Why $200 billion is on this stake? Because of the talent gap, because we need good people. People are available, but maybe as he had mentioned, good people, good project manager. What you know, that is fine, but what you don't know. And most of the time in project, unknown factor is very important. If I go by statistics also, around 10% of a dollar value is on the stake on the risk in projects. And it's a big amount when you are talking about $3 trillion, $4 trillion like UAE construction, as per estimate, I really don't know. But around $3 trillion is on the stake in terms of the project management. This 10% is a very high amount. So these statistics gives you an idea that yes, there is a demand. Another way demand is coming actually, and the real opportunities, because traditional industries, those who are not considered too much in the project management side, like healthcare industry, okay, they are also now a lot of opportunities in terms of project management. I think healthcare industry is going to be the one of the industry that is creating more opportunity in terms of the project management. So this way I'm really positive that yes, there is a real opportunity. The question you asked that how IT and how economy, globalization is going to create the opportunity. So yes, I mentioned in my first question when you asked the gig economy. If you see, actually gig economy is what? It's a temporary. Again, I'll go by the definition. I'm an academician, so I always go by the definitions. Temporary. So same thing here also. Gig economy is going to change the ball game. Okay, a lot of people are required, but not on the permanent basis. Okay, lot of job opportunities are there. You see the Uber is basically what? have created a lot of job opportunities. Okay, work at will concept is there actually. So in a project management also, a lot of expertise is required, and they don't want you have to be a core team member or permanent team member. You have expertise, people will hire you, people will take you, work on the project, involve in some other projects. At the same time, maybe multiple projects you are going to involve. So a lot of opportunities are going to come. Technology, as I mentioned, whether it's AI, yes, AI, machine learning, they are going to change or automate the day-to-day job, regular job. Okay. But what they are not going to replace, definitely the human being. So one key thing, and I think that my previous speaker also mentioned, I think new people, those who are looking towards the project management as a career, they have to understand this automation actually is good for us as a project manager. Why? No need to focus too much on these, processes, etc., because that will be automated. Maybe some robot will do it automatically. You will get more time to focus on the human aspects. So today I'm spending my 50-60% time in all those things, regular affair. Technically, they are not adding any value. What is adding value in the project management? Again, people. I told you, people-centric project management. So we are going to so this skill is very important, the people management skill. And these IT tools will definitely help you a lot in that.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Pandey. Before I give the chance to our audience to ask questions, I would like to move to Mr. Aaron. Mr. Aaron, could you please tell us about some real examples when it comes to project management, opportunities in project management, something that, your own experience?
Yes. Any successful project, okay, will give you a better, new opportunity as well. Okay, for us, if you see, most of our projects are referral projects, okay, because of a successful project completion. Okay, almost 50% of the project, if you see from our side, it's all referral projects and repeated business from the same clients because of our success rate in the projects.